Hey everybody, it is Tuesday and it's 2 o'clock, so that means it is time for Top 5 Tuesday. I'm your host from Crate Insider, Kate Dillon, and I want to welcome you to this week's show. So this week I want to talk about, before I get into what I'm featuring this week, I want to mention we always do a giveaway live on our show, and this week what we're giving away is from our friends over at Walker Performance. Now, this one, I happen to have a Walker t-shirt right here, and it happens to be a 4X. So if you feel like you've been left out before, so if you're looking for a 4X t-shirt, then I have a Walker Performance Filtration t-shirt in a 4X, and all you need to do is just leave a comment. You can say hi, you can leave a question, you can just punch in like the smiley face or whatever you want to do there in the comments, and at the end of this video then we will do a drawing to figure out our winner. So that's really easy. Now we also do a second drawing, so if you're new to the show, then we do a second drawing, and if you remember what my sign said last week, then put that into the comments and we'll do a second drawing based on that. And what we're giving away this week for that is one of our Crate Insider sling grips. And what this is for your phone, because we all have phones, I'm pretty sure. And this goes, it glues to the back of your phone. It's got a really heavy duty adhesive on there. And it means, so see, look at that. I can hold my phone very, very easily. It's really easy for holding it for selfies. I know some people like to mount it the other way instead of vertically. They prefer to do it horizontally, and that's fine too, and then it makes it super easy for them to take a selfie. But what I wanted to talk about this week, I've actually been wanting to talk about this topic for a while. It's something that I do bring up every once in a while, and so people know that I talk about two things besides just regular race car parts. I talk about fire suppression and I talk about sponsorship. And this week we are talking about fire suppression, because I don't know if you saw the post I shared yesterday, but I want you to see what happened. That's the end of a car right there that was on the racetrack, and that literally just burned up on the racetrack. So if we hit this video, it'll show us. Look at, there's that car on fire. Now, of course, I talk all the time where, I want to save lives, which I certainly do. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely want to save lives. Now, the only reason I'm showing this, I have to say, is I know that this driver is safe and he walked away. But look at that. And I will tell you, a fire suppression system is one hell of a lot cheaper than a brand new race car. So just keep that in mind, because there are certain things that you do not have control over, and one of those is what's going to happen at a racetrack. And whether, even if they do have a fire truck available, you don't know. I mean, something could go wrong, right? So protect yourself, protect your equipment. And so let's bring out my fire bottle. I brought it out right here. And we're going to have a video later on this afternoon that's going to go up, and that video we did a whole install to show, because I think that's a big question people have, is how do you install one of these systems. So we have a video, we've shot like all the different pieces and parts of how you install these systems, is to answer some of those questions, like how do you even mount it? I mean, it's a question I received yesterday, is like, how do you mount this system? And one thing is, where, like, do you mount it upside down or sideways or what have you? And of course, we do recommend that you mount them sideways, just like this, because the thing is, inside these bottles, there's like this long straw that's inside of here. And if that straw, if you're upside down, all of a sudden that straw can't reach the bottom, right? So you're kind of stuck. And you also don't want to install it upside down, because if you're right side up and you want to pull the pull cable, it also can't do it. So that's why a side to side is really the best way to go. And a system like this one happens to be AMRC 1002. It is my favorite system because it's the one that's the most decked out. I'm going to set this bottle down here, but I want to show you right here that this is on the end here. This is a glass tube, and let me put that in front of the camera there. So in this glass tube, it will automatically break. There we go, to just get that focus there. It'll automatically break at 170 degrees. It'll set off the system. So I'm really grateful that that person whose vehicle, or that race car we just saw, that he was upside down. Thank goodness he wasn't unconscious, because that could have absolutely been a tragedy. So I'm very glad that he was able to walk away. But this just to tell you how these work, that's one way that it works. The other option is with this system, and with most systems, well, it depends on which system you buy, but this is the manual pull cable. So with this, you would be able to be in the cockpit, and if your system wasn't going off as quickly as you wanted it to, then you just pull the cable and you're good to go. So that would set off the system. And then of course I have done videos showing how these work. It's a liquefied gas. It's called Fe36, and what it does is it kind of sucks the oxygen out of the air. And we as humans, we need 5 times more, or a fire needs 5 times more oxygen than a human needs in order to breathe. So you don't have to worry about suffocating. What you want to suffocate is the fire. Obviously not the human, but this gives that extra time to get out of the car and of course get the fire out. So that's really important, and that's why I have my sign this week, because that is the darn truth. You can't win if you're dead. So let's save lives and let's save race cars here, because I mean, I feel terrible for that guy. What's he gonna do? You know, that's just terrible to lose an entire race car like that. That just sucks. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, the other thing on this too. So I was just showing you the 10-pound system. They come as a 5-pound system is an option, and then this right here is the little 2.5-pound system that was designed for race cars. Now this one's not SFI approved. The others are. So the 5-pound and 10-pound systems are. But if you've got a smaller type of race car, or maybe you've got maybe a midget, or whatever kind of race car you have, if it's one of those smaller ones, the important thing here is it's all the same technology, whether it's SFI approved or not. Just because it hasn't been done, then I would definitely recommend this. So here's like this little 2.5-pound bottle, and I'd like to see these installed, for any of these sprint cars or any of those. So that's what I have for you today to talk a little bit about fire. And I'm going to go and take a quick look at the comments over here and questions and see if there's any questions I can answer. So let's see here. I see my size, and I see some folks know what my sign said last week here. And let's see, just seeing if there's any comments about the fire suppression or any questions you guys have. Marshall says he lost my video. Oh darn. Hopefully everybody else can see it. Otherwise you can see the replay. And Dell's here live. Dell's a friend of mine from the lake. So Dell, thank you for joining. I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, that's awesome. And let's see here. Can't get your video, gonna comment anyway. I absolutely love it, but I will have a replay. I'm actually recording this I started a new thing where I'm starting to record it on a regular camera, so that way, because sometimes the live video can be pretty sketchy. So this way I've got it recorded, and then I can put it on YouTube, and then you can actually see it in a very much clearer version. So the other thing here is, let's go back to what our giveaway is this week. In case you missed the very beginning, we have a 4X Walker t-shirt that I'll be giving away just based on the comments. And then for those who know what my sign said last week, we're giving away one of our Crate Insider sling grips. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and jump into our top 5 products of the week. And in the number 5 spot this week is a fan favorite, and that is our Daytona 1 XL1 engine treatment. Now what's really cool is Buck was up here. Buck Parker, he's the owner of Daytona 1. He was up here yesterday, and we were able to record a few videos about some of his products. We have of course talked about XL1 in the past, and this is a product that I do use in my personal car because it saves on gas mileage. The whole idea of this product is it cuts down friction because it bonds with the ferrous metals in your engine when you use it as an oil treatment. So by doing that in a passenger car or in a towing vehicle, it's going to give you better gas mileage, whereas in a race car, we're looking at like 1 to 2% horsepower is normally what we see gained by using the engine treatment, and it really protects your engine too. So the XL1 engine treatment, this would be enough for like 1 oil change in a crate engine, and it runs $24.95. I had to double check, but I thought I was right, so I guess I was. All right, next up, in the number 4 spot this week is from our friends at LSM Racing Products. I've been selling a lot of these valve spring changing tools, and also even more recently, we just ran out of our valve spring pressure testers. So usually we've got those on on the shelf, and so I won't have any more of those till next week. But with this, we do have some valve spring changers on the shelf, and this is still our most popular video on YouTube, and it's a perfect tool to use for changing out your valve springs. I love the construction. It's that T6061 or 6061 T6 aluminum. It's just so stout. For any of you that have one, feel free to drop in a comment and let me know what you think. But this is one of those tools that you just know is going to last you a lifetime. So it's really stout. I don't know how honestly, I really don't know how you'd break one of these. You really have to try hard. And it runs, let's see, it runs $218.98 is our valve spring changer from LSM Racing Products. All right, and next up in the number 3 spot this week is my favorite spark plug wires, and these are our fast firewire. These are heat safe. Let's see, they're heat safe up to, it always tells me, I always forget. I don't know, it's like 400 and something degrees or something ridiculous. But what I really like is they cut down on the electronic noise. So having these spark plug wires, they just don't get the same interference, so you get a really nice clean spark when you're using these spark plug wires. And they also have only 25 ohms per foot resistance. Obviously, we're never going to get 0 resistance, but we want the lowest number possible, but we have only 25 ohms per foot resistance. And with these being the right size for a crate engine, for an under header design of spark plug wires, they really come out perfectly. And these wires run $159.99. All right, in the number 2 spot, isn't it kind of convenient that I have a Walker t-shirt? Because look at this, I have a Walker air filter in the number 2 spot this week. And our Walker 4-inch filters, now it's a 4-inch element from here to here. That's the element part is 4 inches. All in all, with all the urethane, because we do love this. Look how, I don't know if you can see how squishy this urethane is. I'm trying to show, it's just like Instagram. It's all about the angles, right? So anyway, trying to show how squishy this is. It's really squishy, and we want that because what it does is it creates a wonderful seal for with our air filter base and our lid. And when you scrunch all that down, that with that urethane here, and you don't want that to be hard, because if it's hard, then you take the chance that something can get chipped and then you get dust in your system, and you don't want that. You really want it sealed off, and this really helps to seal it. So our Walker air filters, these run $99. They are an oiled filter, and they come pre-oiled. So like the moment your package arrives, you can take it out of the package and go ahead and put it right there on your race car. You're ready to go. So $99 for our Walker air filter. Now here's a product. All right, our top product this week. This is one I don't usually let on Top 5 Tuesday very often because it kind of burned up Top 5 Tuesday for a long time, but it is our Crate Insider air filter bases. We just got a shipment in, so, we got a big old pile of them, so I thought, hey, I'm going to get on here and go ahead and tell you guys about them. But our Crate Insider air filter bases, I'm not showing it with the seal here, but when we sell it to you, it comes with the seal, so that way you can have that linkage between your carburetor and your air filter base. And these are continuing to be popular. I really honestly thought we'd sold to kind of every racer that was out there, but they still get ordered. So our Crate Insider air filter base is by far the best base that we have found to date. I mean, of course, anything could change tomorrow, but right now, this is the best base we've found, and it's aluminum, and it runs $99.50. So that is our top 5 products for July 16th, 2019. I'm going to take a look at these comments, and we will also get some winners chosen over here too. So give me a second to bring up my random number generator. Here we go. I think it's ready for me here. There we go. We've got lots of comments, and I've got Alex's help in the office today, so he's going to help me out here. And okay, gotcha. And I'm giving him my number for lots of you guys knew my sign this week. So, okay. And so I'm giving him the numbers, which is so weird to watch on cameras. I'm like, anyway. But let me go ahead and see the comments over here. And I see I have Brad and Jeff, and we got Nebraska in the house. And I know we saw Dillon, South Carolina earlier. Let's see, what's the cost for the small bottle? I don't know what that is off the top of my head. That's a really good question, James. I'll drop the link in here after this video is over. I can tell you that the large bottle, the decked out system, that one runs $794.32. All of these go with hazard shipping, so that's an additional $55. There's nothing I can do about that. I actually do a flat fee, and it's supposed to be more expensive, but I just can't bring myself to charge that, so I don't. So that bigger system I know runs around $850. Let's see, what kind of mounting brackets to use for mounting? They come with it, so those will come with it. Okay, so the first drawing is Rob Smith. So Rob, you are the winner of our Walker 4X t-shirt here. If you would, Rob, please send me a private message with your address, and I will get that sent out to you. And now here's our second drawing, which I cannot read that at all. Oh, Rick Agnew. Rick, you've been a winner here recently. You probably already have one of these sling grips, but even so, just send me a message. I'll check my messages because I actually know you've won before, but I'll get that sling grip sent out to you as well. I'm going to see if there are any other questions that I can answer over here. Marshall, I am seeing your comments, and these are great. So I want to thank each and every one of you for being here this week. Thank you for being part of Top 5 Tuesday, and I will look forward to seeing you next Tuesday at 2 o'clock. Have a great week.